Welcome back to the Electrician's Tool Channel. On the bench today, we have the CRAFTSMAN Professional Auto Ranging PC Interface Multimeter, model number 82325. This multimeter was released to the market around in the year 1998. Of course, it's been since discontinued, but you may find one on the internet. The condition may be questionable, but you may can find one. This multimeter comes from a company called Sears. Those of you who are old enough to remember, some of you may not remember that Sears company. That's the company that owned CRAFTSMAN tools. And back in the heyday, CRAFTSMAN tools was a hell of a tool company. To this day, you can still find some of the tools that CRAFTSMAN make. They sell them at places like Lowe's. I want to say when Kmart was open, Kmart had a few of the CRAFTSMAN tools, but I do know Lowe's have them. And back in the day, CRAFTSMAN, they sold a lot of nice tools. They used to have a commercial, like a little, not a commercial, something like infomercial on, like on the weekends, highlighting the new tools that they placed on the market. And CRAFTSMAN was known for having some really nice tools. Anyway, I'm going to show you some of the features on this, the key features on this multimeter, and I'll give you my pros and my cons about this multimeter after we're done with that. So let me focus in. I'm going to zoom this camera in a little bit closer so we can get a look at the input jacks right here. Okay. All right. There we go. Sorry about the little vibration there. I'm recording with my Samsung phone. This is the third time I tried to make this video. The phone. This is a brand new phone, Samsung, with a pretty decent camera on it. You know, with the 3 cameras on it, but it keeps getting hot. It keeps getting hot, so I have to stop the video and I have to let it cool off and try it again. I used to record with my iPhone, but this is a phone that I had purchased for my wife and she didn't like it. So I just said, well, I'll use this phone to make the videos with. And I do have a camera, but I just like using, this is just simple to use. I can record and upload after I finish. Anyway, this phone, I would not recommend a Samsung phone. I am an iPhone man, and my iPhone never gave me any trouble. I don't suspect it will. But anyway, back to the video. This is, you see the features here. Rated for 20 amps max. When you're taking an amperage measurement, this input is for microamps, the milliamps, the common, volts, resistance, and it's F, I will think, it's for Fahrenheit, and we'll get to reason why I think that in a moment. These 2 holes right here, when you're testing capacitors, you take the capacitor when it still have the legs on a capacitor, and they're long enough, you can just plug one side into each one of these ports here, and you can turn the dial to capacitance, and you get your reading. Let me look up at the top here. Scroll up and let's just see the measurements around the dial. Right here, it says that's the AC DC voltage. You can select between the two using this yellow key, soft key at the top here. Above that is millivolts DC. The green right here is ohms, is resistance. The little musical symbol right here, that will be for, I guess, the buzzing sound for continuity. And again, to get to that sound or back over to the diode, you have to use that yellow button as a selector. I think it's the yellow one or the blue one to get to the selection button. The one next to it is the frequency cap, that's capacitance selection. The one next to that is amp, AC or DC. Below that is microamps, milliamps, temperature, the Celsius, and that's the amperage. And that's the F I was telling you about that we saw earlier in the input jack, above the input jack down at the bottom. Now, it has a UL reading. This meter is not true RMS. This meter is just auto ranging. I didn't see anything in the manual that states that it is a true RMS meter, but I didn't see anything at all that states that it may be so. Maybe I overlooked it, but I didn't see anything. Now, right here, where these holes are, that's for when you want to download using a PC to do some data logging. I'll show you how they were doing it back in around 1998, okay? This is the VGA plug that they use right here that goes into your computer. This other little thing right here, it comes open. Check this out. Look at these pins, y'all. These pins right here is what goes into, let me scroll back up here and show you, into this little blue hose right here. That's what that's for. Now, everything I'm showing you is the original. All the accessories that I'm showing you are the original that came with this meter. This meter, it was new. I would say out of the box packaging, but it's new. This meter is new. And these are test leads. I've never taken them apart. That's the original wrapping that I know of, the wire tie around them. And that's the user manual. It looks like it's never been touched. That's next to it is the alligator clips that goes on the screw on the test leads. And inside that bag is like a 5 amp fuse, 5 and 10 amp fuse, a bus fuse, and glass bus fuse. Now, and that's the original manual for this multimeter. So I also have the case that it came in. I just didn't have the room to, and I didn't want to be all crowded around this, my screenshot. But I do have the original case that it came in. Okay, now I'm looking at the soft keys up here. Like I said, the yellow button is for, I think this is for the selector. And below that, the REC, that's when you want to record something, your measurements. The rail button and the RH button, I guess that'll be for the hold. And you can also see like the little red arrow above at the top with the rail and the arrow at the bottom. You can either toggle through your readings. Next, it's a compare button, the memory, and this is like I think it's a recall button right here. I have to look again and tell you what this button, the blue button, is for. I'm not sure, but I do know the yellow button is for the selection. Now, this meter doesn't have a backlight. It doesn't have a backlight. That's one of my cons. And it's a nice meter. It just doesn't have a backlight. Now, also, there's a nice rubber boot. This rubber boot around here. It takes it takes a 9-volt battery to power this meter up. And let me see. I think that was sure, but to make sure. Oh, hey guys, I was wrong. My mistake. Yeah, let me try this. There we go. It's the blue button is the selection button. I was wrong. I don't know why. I was thinking that. But anyway, that's the blue button that does that. The yellow button, I'm wondering if that yellow button is for when you're doing, because I see the yellow on this, where the capacitor goes at right here. Let me just try that and see. Now I'm curious. So give me a second. Let me just try it and see what happens. Okay, no, that's capacitance right there. No, guys, I could be wrong. I'm wondering. I'm saying that it doesn't have a backlight. I did not read anything about it having a backlight. I looked at the manual. So I'm going to have to go over this meter again with a fine-tooth comb, check the fuses and things. Maybe I had a fuse blown that powers up the backlight. I'm going to check that out. But anyway, guys, this is a really pretty decent multimeter. It's old, and using one like this, you can't expect it to be as fast as the newer multimeters of today. Even down as far as the safety features, you can't expect it to have very high safety rating of the meters today. But they do have fuses in here that will blow, just in case it was there was a short leading back to the meter, that it would blow. Hopefully that it'll keep you safe. Using a meter like this, I would not be trying to test no mains and things like that. I'll keep it just to test a little stuff around the house if that's what you want to do. Stuff around the house, or maybe the stuff that's on your car. I wouldn't go over 120 volts with it. Probably the most, probably 220. But I'll be careful. Just because of the age of the meter. I don't know. I don't know. That's just me. That's just my opinion. And I'm not saying the meter's trash or anything. I just love being safe, and I take every precaution when it has to do with my life and safety. Now, again, this is a pretty decent, pretty nice multimeter. If you were to run across this meter, I would not spend no more than if it's new in good condition, maybe $45 for it. That's it. Unless you're some kind of collector, like what I do. It's something, if it's nice and it's a rare test instrument, and I know it's hard to find, and I may spurge on it a little bit, but not too much. Something like this, I don't think you'll ever find one like this again, like talking about it in this condition. So, and when I bought it, I didn't pay much for it at all. I mean, it was very cheap. What I got it for. To me, it was really cheap. Anyway, going back to some of the features on this meter, they do have probe holders in the back for your test probes when you're not using them. The multimeter, they're pretty decent. It's not, I wouldn't compare them the leads are pretty decent. I wouldn't compare them to the multimeter leads of today with some of the meters, like the Flukes or the Agilents or the ProMaster or Pomona. I wouldn't compare those leads, test leads, with those. But they are better than some of the leads that I do see on some of the multimeters that are being sold today. Okay, now let me see. Also, guys, before I continue, let me ask you, if this is your first time viewing the channel, in support of the channel only, I'm asking you to hit the like button, also hit the subscribe button, and hit that notification bell that's right on the side of the word subscribe, and leave a comment if you choose to. Not only do I like reading your comments and hearing your stories about certain test instruments that I may do a video on, other people like to read them also, so I appreciate it, just in support of your channel. And I can't say it enough that I am not asking you for none of your money. I'm just asking you to support the channel for free. If you like what I'm doing, just hit the like button or the subscribe button right now. Hit all three, do all three. That's all I'm asking you, and that would inspire me to keep on making such videos as I'm doing. I appreciate you letting me take up your time, the few minutes that these videos last. I just like showing off older test equipment. I love what I do. That's all. I just like seeing this kind of stuff. That's all I'm talking about, tools. Okay, guys. So anyway, I'm gonna bring this video, this video to a close. And until we meet back up here again on my next video, I want you guys to stay safe out there. And let's meet back up here again, okay? And see you later.